Hello, Sacred Hearts. This is Monica Bermudez, an intuitive quantum energy healer, back for another love wisdom message for this week. And this week's topic is about patience and awareness and maintaining all that to assist with these ascending times. And with these ascending times comes all these ascension symptoms and some awakening process as well. You know, as part of that is pulling out a lot of old stuff, old layers of like stuff that's been subconsciously buried in us for eons, that, you know, from many human lifetimes, from our ancestral patterns, you know, in our family and what we carry in all aspects within us that are in these little hidden corners, lurking around, ready to just be revealed. And that's exactly how this energy is feeling for this month. We're still in this Libra zodiac sign, which is all about the balance. So it felt so perfect to bring up this message that the guides want to share with you of the importance of keeping this, you know, patience and this awareness right now. So later on in the video, I would love to share some 3 sacred keys with you to help maintain that and to assist with that. And I want to say thanks to Maria, who's live right now. So thank you for being here in a moment. And I welcome any feedback, questions, or any love wisdom shares you have, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this later on. Feel free to comment below. And if you're watching this in the Love Wisdom channel that I also have on YouTube, so I come live on Facebook every Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, just 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And then I also post it in my YouTube channel for those who may not have Facebook. Or you may want to watch it again after this message, which you're most welcome to, and you're welcome to share with others as well. These are all love wisdom messages that are intuitively channeled, downloaded to be shared with the guides, which I call my executive divine team, to share these important messages with others to help through the process of this ascension wave of energy. And when we say ascension, we're talking about our expanded self, and we are receiving some really upgraded light codes of energy, downloads of, you know, energies right now, and being bombarded from all different sides. And it's not just us, but it's also Mother Earth in itself is also receiving the same, because we're all increasing our frequency and our bodies are becoming more light body. And so in order to be light, we have to cut cords from the weights, the burdens, you know, that are holding us down. I see them like these old baggage, you know, like some old bags that you carry, you know, when you're traveling, you have like all these bags with you. And so I see them just disappearing, you know, not having to carry them anymore. And I used to have a lot of dreams about this, where I would see that I would not carry my bags with me. It's almost like I was liberated from these bags. So you can think of the bags as being like these old negative patterns, subconscious patterns that are just ready to be released and let go. And so when it comes to being aware, you know, awareness is the same as being conscious of all those things, being conscious of, you know, how you're feeling in a moment, being aware of those feelings. And even if they're feelings of, you know, feeling yucky, just be aware of that and let it just, you know, go through you and flow through you. But don't stay there, you know, but just let it run its course if you need to. And with that comes the patience, of course, the patient process. And the patience is the moment of stillness and just allowing the energy to do its work. So patience is a form of stillness and is also a form of calmness. in this feeling of this knowingness that everything is going to work out for its highest good, not only for yourself, but for others as well. And so awareness and patience go hand in hand, and they are very important for this ascension energy, because right now, the way things, with the energies that have been so intense, it's making people also go very intense and becoming more polarized with these energies. So then there's a little more conflict and friction with one another. And, that's what the polarity is that, there's a tendency to disagree or agree to one side or another. And so this is, the type of energy that we're navigating with right now so intensely. Hello there, Gail from Sydney, Australia. That's so beautiful. Thank you for being live. I love you for just being here. So wonderful to have you with us. So just want to say, that duality, of course, we're dual because we're humans, so we have this shadow and this light inside of us. So it's important to just build on the awareness and build on this patience together. And so that's where I want to jump in right now to share some 3 sacred keys to help maintain that. So number 1, first of all, is to build as a daily practice, a daily, whenever you can find a time, carve out some time to really maintain your focus, or to be as consciously aware of how it is that you're feeling in the moment, and just get focused on that. Like, for instance, if you've been struggling with unworthiness, say a pattern with the unworthiness, then just be aware of that and be consciously aware that of what's coming up for you right now with these energies. Because what it is just another layer of energy that is starting to come up and is purging and is releasing itself. And you could just, reflect on it and ask yourself why that is, that you're feeling this unworthiness in this moment at this time. So then that brings us to number 2, which is to do more heart balance. So in other words, drop into your heart. And this is also a constant, as much of a daily practice as you can. And just, keep yourself balanced with your own heart. And manage your, asking your heart in that moment of a balance. Like if you feel yourself getting polarized, for instance, or battling with the duality of the shadow and the light, bring yourself back into your heart, into your focus. So it is also applying some of that from number 1, which is the focus and the awareness, and doing it very consciously being aware of that, right? So then number 3, the sacred key number 3, is to do more grounding. And so I've been really intensely feeling this calling more so. It's very important that we ground ourselves more often than usual because I am feeling that that when we ground ourselves more with earth, we're actually increasing our power also in our energy, and it's also making us stronger, much more heart center also, and balanced. So I was one who didn't ground as much before, and I was really out of balance. And before, I felt like I didn't really want to be here on this earth. This was like many years back when I was still working really intensely on myself internally with all my patterns. And I just felt like I just didn't want to be on the earth because it was too painful, too polarizing, too duality. I didn't feel so human anyway. But what I realize now is that with grounding is actually making you more powerful. And it helps you clear a lot of that fogginess as well, makes you more present in your body, more connected with your own spiritual gifts and abilities. And it also just embraces you in all that you are. And on top of that, Earth and Mother Earth embraces you as well, and encourages you in your own power. So in a way, you're kind of exchanging energies with each other and embracing each other in that way. And also the electric magnetic of the Earth helps a lot with our own electric magnetic selves of our own energy, because everything is energy. And so that's why it's very important that we maintain ourselves grounded with Earth itself. And of course, the fastest way by doing that is placing your feet on the ground, because studies have also shown that the electromagnetic of the Earth does have a lot of benefits to the human body itself when we really connect with the Earth itself. And I'm getting these images right now that my guys are showing me an image of walking on the beach, for instance. I know like in certain parts of the world it's now starting to get cold, but in other parts of the world like Australia is starting to get warm. So this may be a good thing to do if there's water nearby or a beach, to try to walk in the sand of the beach area and get some electromagnetic bonding, heart bonding time with the Earth in that way, and the grounding itself. So these are very important keys to keep in mind to maintain that awareness and that patience. And these ascending times that we're in at this time with all these energies from everywhere. And it's important that you keep yourself balanced and maintaining that kindness, within yourself, and not forget that kindness as well, and so it's okay to keep reminding yourself constantly. We're all, going through this process of ascension right now, and everybody's feeling it. So we also should have compassion for those who are really struggling right now, because some people are going through some very intense awakening themselves. An awakening being to wake up to a whole new reality, a new Earth itself, a new way of doing things that has been different from before, because before people were used to doing things in a certain way. And then when everything just changed all of a sudden, with the pandemic, it has caused this rippling effect of changes going on, and is going to continue. And you add on top of that all of these other energies and portals and human resonance energy on top of all that. It's coming in waves of energy like hurricanes, and it will feel very different for some people. For some people, it may feel unmotivated, or the energy of apathy, feeling a little bit sluggish. So those are all part of the symptoms of the ascension. So just be aware of that, and most of all, don't be so hard on yourself when, things seem out of order or chaotic at that time. So the other thing to keep in mind with looking at the astrological area, there's a full moon that's coming up next week, and it's a very powerful blood moon. So it's going to come in very intensely. So full moons are all about releasing. So if there's certain layers that are coming up right now, this is going to be normal as part of the full moon's releasing of these layers of energy. So just remember to keep in mind the 3 sacred keys that I just shared, which is that of maintaining that focus and that conscious awareness, and keeping that heart balance, and just being able to ground as well as much as you can. So these are the messages that I wish to share for now, and I give you all so much love and gratitude for being here, for listening to this message. If there's anything I can do for you, just reach out to me, comment below, and share your message or your question. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear how things have been for you as well. So I look forward to connecting with you in the next Love Wisdom message. So bye for now. Take care.